You're right everyone, it's Sam here. Welcome to round 2 of the Codies League Championship here in Barcelona today, and I'm once again representing the Pinnacle League. Now we're looking to try and improve on our result in Australia, where of course we only managed to get 10th, and of course a DNF for Richard because he unfortunately couldn't connect. But today things were looking up because he could connect, and I'm happy to say that we were able to both connect, and because of that I was feeling pretty confident that we would get a decent result here today. And of course we did have a bit of ground to make up, of course, because we only got 1 point from Australia, which is disappointing. It put us at the bottom of the standings, but of course with 2 people here today, I hope that we could get a few more points and hopefully try and catch these leagues, because I didn't want us to finish at the bottom. I know that if we drove cleanly we would at least show the league in good light, but it would suck if we were at the bottom of the standings. But you can see here I'm on my qualifying lap, and this is actually my first lap, which kind of frustrated me because I couldn't improve on any of my laps, and I was actually quite a bit behind on all of them really. And in fact on this lap I actually did another lap after, which actually meant these tyres were in pretty bad condition. As it turned out, I crossed the line to go for original pole. I was the first person to set a time, of course, and you can see here the final results. It was actually another front 2 row lockout for TRL and AOR. Very good qualifying for the XRL drivers in 5th and 6th. Then there was quite a battle between us and IFR, and then VRL and UTR. Things didn't seem to go to plan for them, but I was pretty happy with 8th actually, as it turned out, because everyone actually set a lap this time except for RSGRM, who disconnected. So yeah, to see that I was in the top 10 on pace was encouraging. You can see how Richard was in 10th, so I was feeling pretty confident that we'd get a decent result here. So the 5 laps are coming on now, and we are away in Spain. I get a decent start here, and I'm holding my position for now. Then I start to use my curves and actually end up using all of it, I think. And you can see someone retires. That's the Codemasters person. So as we head into turn 1 now, I brake, and then there's a bit of a lag incident there. We go into turn 2 and there's another lag incident there with TRR Rosberg, and he looked like he went flying but he didn't. But I think there was a lag incident between me and the Red Bull, so I'm sorry if I pushed you wide there if you are watching this. But as you can see there on my screen, there wasn't actually any contact, but I did go in a bit heavy, fast, so but we're up into 7th place, so Arte's had a good start. He's up into 8th, he's right behind me as well. So yes, we've had a pretty good start here, barring that little bit of an incident there, but I don't think it was too big a deal, as we are heading down the back straight now, and he's getting right behind me, and I don't really want to defend too much here as he goes at the inside. I mean, the worst possible thing for us to do would be to take each other out, because I mean, what would that say about our league, but he gets ahead, and then the XRL driver that I had the lag incident with at the start gets back past me, so at least it didn't seem to affect him too much, as he's back ahead of me now, and I'm going to finish this final lap, not the final lap, the first lap in 9th place, which is alright. I mean, I know I've lost a place, but it was to my teammate, so it doesn't matter too much. But as we're heading down the main straight, we actually got a Caterham in here right behind us, and I was having to defend from him here as I lose the back end a bit in turn 2, and then he's trying to go on my outside in turn 3, which was not really going to work, but then he cuts back underneath and he's got the inside line for turn 4. Not much I can do, and he's up the inside and he's through and up into 9th position. So yeah, I'm still in the points at this point, of course, but down in 10th. And as I was saying before, it doesn't actually matter like which driver, because there's not actually a drivers championship, just the constructors, so we haven't actually lost anything really. But it's given to the next lap, and Richard has actually lost a place now, and he's down to 9th. And you can see here my tyres was really struggling already. You can see a Dramatic Naven, who was started on primes, just drives clean straight past so he can out the final corner. And then RS got DRS in a double slipstream, so he gets through as well, and I've been well and truly Ferrari there into turn 1, and yeah, I'm down out of the points at this point, which wasn't great at all. But we're going to skip to later in the lap. You can see they actually go ahead and do the exact same thing to Arte, which is pretty unfortunate as we're heading down the back straight. You can see there's quite a gaggle of cars in front of us, and yeah, they both get through on him. I was a bit surprised to see RS down a bit down the order and not really gaining anything from his qualifying, but because yeah, he's super fast. I mean, I'm going to be raced against him in former Xbox next season, and yeah, I think it was probably down to his connection. He might have been caught up in an incident at the start, but I actually went to pit here, but Richard actually beats me into the pits, which was a bit annoying for me, but of course he was ahead, so of course he had the priority, and yeah, I can't really complain too much. But as it turns out, I would have probably been better to actually just queue up behind him, as it turns out, because my tyres were pretty finished at this point, as I run wide in turn 2, just trying not to lose traction, and UTR1 has a chance to pass me, but he runs wide in turn 3, so I hold on to the position for now. But later in the lap, my tyres are well over the cliff. They're already in the sea at this point, as Matty G is already pitted, has got past me here, and we're only like 5 laps into the race, and heading into this final chicane now, I well and truly intended to pit here, so I come in just sliding about all over the place on the way in. There was actually rain forecast for this, so my plan wasn't really to go to any strategy. It was literally just pit whenever your tyres are finished, basically. That was my only plan for this, as I come in and go into the prime tyres now just to see how many laps they can do. And yeah, we rejoin in last place at this point, unfortunately, and Richard's second last, so he hasn't going great for us this point because he has 15, because there's the Codemasters person in this as well who hosted. As I come around turn 2 and I almost spin on fresh tyres. GG Sam. And yeah, we're actually going to skip a few laps where we do gain some positions back because of people pitting, like Nathan, who started on prime tyres, but he has fresh tyres at this point, and he drives clean past me with DRS into turn 1 on lap 10, and I'm back down to 12th. Arte was in the points at this point at least, so we were there at least. But on the next lap, Richard actually drops back quite a bit, and well, I'd been catching him like quite consistently over the stint, but I guess that was just because of having a lap newer tyres. But yeah, for some reason he lost a lot of time on that lap, and Nathan passes him, and I'm right in behind him now as well. We're both going to have DRS here on the Ferrari at least, so we're not going to lose too much time here as we head on to the back straight. Yeah, both with DRS open. There's a UTR driver not far behind us as well, actually, and Arte runs a bit wide here. I don't know if he was going to defend too much anyway, but I've got the inside line. It's that tight left-hander, and I'm through and up into 11th place, but of course no points for us, whoever was ahead, as I actually pit a couple of laps later. He pitted on the next lap, so yeah, I was thinking he would probably undercut me at this point, as I come in for another set of prime tyres. I think we'd already had a radio message at this point to say that there was rain on the way, so I had that to watch out for. And I think prime tyres was the best decision, really, rather than options, just because I wanted these to last until like the Inters changeover. So yeah, I rejoined in 13th, just ahead of Arte, and we're at the back once again, which was a bit disappointing, but that not everyone had pitted twice at this point, and there was still rain to come. You can see here on lap 20 the rain is falling, and I'm up into 10th place because of pit stops and also because RS trim disconnected. But you can see here I'm pitting on lap 20 for the intermediate tyres, and I know it doesn't look particularly wet on the screen, but I was losing a lot of grip, and it could have been down to conditions, it could have been because of my tyres, but yeah, I felt it was time to pit. I think Arte actually follows me in as well at this point, because of course he'd been on his prime tyres even longer than I had. So I come in for intermediate tyres, rejoin in 11th, but of course everyone's going to have to change over at some point, and you can see here a few laps later on lap 24 I'm back up into 10th place, and the rain is really starting to come down now, and I decided to go for wet tyres here. I wasn't not sure if the track was quite ready for him at this point, but the intermediate tyres were out really quickly in this game, and I was losing grip on them, so I thought I might as well try wet tyres, because I'd quite got to Arte and there wasn't really much to lose, because yeah, if I did lose a place then it wouldn't really cost Pinnacle any points. But away we go then. I think I was the only one who pitted except for UTRT who had already come in, so I was at 12 at this point, but of course people would have to pit, so I wasn't too worried. You can see on lap 28 TRL Rosberg retires from the race because of some glitch or something where he couldn't select wet tyres, which is a bit odd. But yeah, someone else had already disconnected at this point. It was one of the XRL drivers, I think Velocity is his name. And yeah, I was up into 9th at this point, and Arte was in the points as well in 10th, so things were going alright for us at this point. And then of course we were going to make up another position here as we go past where TRL Rosberg retired. And so yeah, we're up into 8th place, and Arte will take 9th of course, so that's some good points for us there. You know, 6 at this stage as we head around turn 8 or 9 or something. And you can see there's a Caterham pointing backwards, and there's a Ferrari going slowly, but I back off a little bit because I thought I might get a penalty with that yellow flag there. So yeah, I decided to be sensible rather than I don't know what the word I'm trying to look for there, but you know, I decided to be more sensible to just stay behind, because I mean he would have probably passed me back anyway, because he is a lot faster than me, I think. So yeah, it would have been, I didn't want to risk getting a penalty for something that wouldn't have made much difference, but I lose a back end there coming out the final corner, which was a bit frustrating because I actually did have a chance to pass him there down the straight. You can see there I was actually closing back in on him with the slipstream, but I was never going to be brave enough to try anything on the brakes into turn 1 in these conditions. So yeah, I stayed down in 7th place at this point, skipping to a couple laps before the end. You can see I'm actually up to 6th because the other XRL driver disconnected, so that was very unfortunate for them because they had looked very quick. They looked third fastest, the third fastest league after AOR and TRL, so that was very unfortunate for them. You can see here though I'm actually getting lapped by Noble, which goes to show how much quicker he was than some of us here. And yeah, I was in 6th and I was getting lapped, but of course I would have been like 9th or 10th maybe had it not been for disconnections and stuff, but still being 6th and being lapped is pretty incredible really. But yeah, I think in the end it did actually benefit us because our tyres were pretty worn. I think Arte said that after the race actually, but I'm actually under pressure from this Caterham as it turns out here on what is now the final lap, and he actually had a penalty at this point. I'm not sure what the incident was for. I don't know if it was for the one that I saw with the Ferrari, but yeah, he's all over us here into turn 4. I managed to hold on around the outside, but yeah, I knew that he had a penalty, so, but I mean I knew that the penalties could be appealed because they were in the last race as well for one of the AOR drivers, so I still wanted to try and hold on to this position if I can, but I wasn't going to try and do anything stupid. And he does get past cleanly into turn 7 or 8 something, and yeah, we head through the final corner now at the end of lap 32. Noble's already taken a checkered flag, so we finish here. And yeah, 7th place, of course it gets moved up to 6th, and then 7th for Arte as well, so that's some very good points for us there. And even if it gets moved down to 7th and 8th, that's still going to be a very good result for us, a lot better than in Australia, and I really wanted us to do better than Australia, so we've done that either way, whether there is that penalty to contend with or not. But I don't actually know if that penalty is going to be overturned, but if you follow Formula 1 Game on Twitter, then they will probably post results there and also on their blog, so yeah, you'll be able to find out either way. But that's it for this round. If you enjoy it, then leave a like, and I'll see you next week for round 3, which is at Spa. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.